My first mechanical toy was a sewing machine. I grew up in a family where my mother sewed, my grandmother sewed. I would actually sew without thread on lined paper to learn how to follow it. I went to the Rhode Island School of Design, and I have a degree in apparel design from RISD, and I did a concentration in knitwear. I think I was a little burned out on sewing. So I went over into the knitting side. It was really exciting. You know, it's funny. I'm so in love with being outside that there's an artist in Vermont who's named Doug Knapp, and he actually gave me a piece of artwork that says, you know, hi, welcome, go back outside. Hardcore people who are out all day long, who, you know, you eat on the lift. You don't take breaks when you have an awesome adventure. You just want to keep going, going, going. You don't want what you're wearing to stop you from being able to enjoy that experience. And I will tell you that being in the fashion world for me was fun, but the functional side of it was always missing. And being in the actual outdoor industry is much more balanced for me because I like having both hands in it. It's not just about looking good for a date on a Friday night. It's about something that gets you out into the outdoors and enhances your life and your experience in the outdoors.
You know, what we do at Outlier is really bring together the outdoor world and the urban world, and so that's why we're out here. We started with actually like a design challenge. We both were working on the challenge of how to make better clothes for our bike commute in the city. You're getting exposure, and then you're walking into your office or you're walking into a restaurant and you want to be comfortable still. And so we were like, okay, how do we make better gears?
It's pretty amazing is that there's incredible fabrics out here that not a lot of people use. You'll find fabrics that are actually incredible for outdoor use, climbing, skiing, things like this, but then look incredible in an urban environment as well. That's how we approached our design, is really hands-on. We're outsiders to both outdoor retailer and the fashion industry, but we're trying to take these two pieces and make them work together.
The outdoor industry is where the innovation is, and the city is where the fashion is, and we want to bring those two together and take them into the future.
In 1980, I started a knitting company, knitting ski hats, and then in 1998 came up with the idea to create an all-women's technical outdoor brand. That was a big far cry from knitwear design, but I had a need as a backcountry skier and an outdoors woman for a product that actually fit and worked with the female body, and so we just said we're going to make our jackets feminine, we're going to make them pretty, but we're also going to make them super technical. My sense of design and style is not so much from viewing the runway scene and, you know, hanging out in cities. It's more from just a utilitarian, practical form meets function. How can we make this work really well, but also make it aesthetically pleasing? It was just trying to do something different and felt that there was a need, and I think that's where my design comes from. I go, gosh, there's a problem here, we need to fix this, and let's try and see what comes of it. You know, I mean, we knew when we started ISIS, or knew when we made the ear flap hat, that nobody else was doing it, but you don't realize when you're in the midst of it that you're changing things dramatically for a lot of people. And so it's always the hindsight that is so gratifying. You go, oh wow, yeah, we did make a difference. That's kind of cool.
My cousin and I had a passion for the outdoors. We didn't want to get a real job, and we thought if we could start a business that fit our passion, it'd be a win-win. The human-powered activities all, in a lot of cases, require things that you need to carry with you. So besides the apparel and your activity, the pack is a vessel of carrying some of the elements for your activities. We thought we could make a better product from a design standpoint. One of our strengths, because we were outdoors people in the early days, was we'd make a product, and that weekend we'd go out and test it, come back to the factory and make the necessary changes, improve it, and so the product we delivered to the retailer's shelf was a good authentic product that had been well tested. Murray was dating this girl. She had a home sewing machine. She was real good with patterns, and her name was Jan. And he said, Jan, if you marry me, I'll name the company after you. So the three of us started off making packs in my uncle's transmission shop in North Seattle. We make authentic product, it's all quality. You can never rest on your laurels. You always have to keep innovating and coming with new product, new designs, better materials, and so it keeps things fun and active and challenging.
I actually went to school for fine arts, and I just thought, even if I starved, potentially I wasn't as good as some of the kids in the class. So what I am doing now is trend forecasting. So I work with companies to plan what their creative design agenda is going to be about 5 to sometimes 15 years in advance. And what we do is we actually map out what's going to be important 2 to 5 years out. Because I think most people don't know that it takes 2 years to make one backpack and actually get it to a consumer. I think outdoor area, the reason I am so excited about it, especially in the recent 4 or 5 years, is that this is really the way we are living. The modern wardrobe is really fundamentally based in the things we discover in products that are in this show and the products that we design for the outdoor industry. So when we think about a backpack, even if you go to college, you're buying one from here. You're buying either a Burton, you're buying a Jansport, you're buying one of those. I think that's one of the wonderful things about the outdoor industry is that there's an expectation and a philosophy that says really, in a very strong way, it should be functional and that it should serve the human. Because design can change the world, design can make a better world, and design makes us all feel better.